The recession is devastating families and communities. Unemployment is up, foreclosures are up, homelessness is rising. They say the economy is getting better, but thousands of people continue to struggle to find jobs and safe, affordable homes.
The house became in foreclosure. And at the same time becoming in foreclosure, I was laid off from a previous job. We had been homeless before due to an addiction that I had. And once I became clean and sober, I made a promise that I would never be homeless again.
I've been hearing so many stories of people who have very promising careers who have lost everything because they've lost their job. And worse than that, their options are limited because now, because of this housing foreclosure mess that we're in, they aren't even able to sell their house and move to another community. This economic downturn has affected families in ways that I don't think any of us ever could have imagined. And the only way I think that we are going to be able to turn that around is some collective approaches to this.
First, let me thank and congratulate the entire partnership of businesses and agencies that have come together to make this important development opportunity a reality.
We are also thrilled that Mercy Housing is the partner going forward to complete the building and operate the building.
It's a special privilege to know that Mercy Housing is involved.
There's a huge need for senior housing, and I was thrilled when the Illinois Facilities Fund introduced us to this project, and we are proud to be building 70 units of housing in Countryside. If you ever doubt that there is a demand for affordable housing, you have to look to the day that we opened the wait list for Englewood. Over 1,000 people showed up for 100 units. And it's an example of how we can take people straight from the streets into housing and get them as independent as possible and contributing back to society.
The scale of the problem is something that's very daunting. When you look at the kind of work that we do on a block-by-block basis, it's very difficult in that essence. But when you look at the problem as a whole, there's been varying estimates of $2 billion in foreclosed properties in the city, and estimates as high as $7 billion. It's all about community pride. People don't necessarily buy a house, but they're buying something that's a part of a much bigger organization. They're buying into a community. The city was very fortunate to be awarded a total of $153 million in neighborhood stabilization funds. What we do is we work very closely with those funds to implement the strategies in acquiring, rehabbing, and then reoccupying these properties in these various communities. We're here to assist them where we can to make sure that they know that they are a part of a much bigger concern. Therefore, hopefully, establishing a place where kids can go to school, where they can realize intrinsic values of really being a part of that community.
The CARE program is a workforce development organization. We work with close to 150 referral sources throughout the city of Chicago. And what Clean Slate Property Services is a strong partnership between two high-quality nonprofit organizations, the CARE program and Mercy Housing.
Side door, Richard, Darren, Bobby, and Michael.
A lot of the neighborhoods that we go to are, to give you an example, South Shore is one of the communities that I lived in. And every day I walk by a lot of buildings that are broken down, beat up, and there's a lot of negative activity going there from people breaking in, ripping the pipes apart. And they're just dangerous. So what we're getting the opportunity to do is go into these communities and clean them up.
We're doing an amazing thing at a time where there is no hope. So we're providing job placements. We're providing transitional job training for those who would not necessarily have this opportunity.
said, we're going to go upstairs now, and she put the key in the door and she opened it. She said, this is yours. Now I would like for you to walk through and see anything that's not right, so you can let us know so we can make sure that it's fixed. And I went through, I said, nothing is out of place, everything is working, and thank you.
The Chicago region is losing affordable housing at an alarming rate. With support from many partners, Mercy Housing is working to preserve 2,000 apartments.
What I like about living here, the supportive part, when they say supportive housing, because even though I'm back working and things are okay, I still have challenges. It makes us feel that someone actually care about how we live.
Our properties, combining housing with services, have already prevented or ended homelessness for over 2,000 people.
Total success story.
To address the foreclosure and housing crisis, Mercy Housing is working with partners to develop or preserve 1,000 affordable homes and apartments in Kane County, 5,500 in Chicago, and 1,000 in Milwaukee. This work will ultimately create 8,000 jobs and prevent or end homelessness for 10,000 people.
My vision for the future is that we will learn again as a public about what collaboration can really do to make change.
Moving forward together, we'll build vibrant, stable communities that enrich all of our lives.